upside of the perks is when you earn them and you can use them to get tropical vacations and come to places like this and have your flights paid for and your room paid for and hardly have to pay anything at all to come and travel. The downside is if you're falling into the category of people who are not paying off their balances every month and then you're just funding this for the rest of us. Don't do that. Enjoy the benefits that the card has to offer for you. So one upside to using credit cards is that you can track your spending. So for instance, I have a business card and I have a personal card. For business, every time I buy something, I'm swiping it on the business card. Later, when I look at my statement at the end of the month or the end of the year, I know everything that was spent. It makes tracking for taxes super easy because you know what all your business expenses were and it's not just the personal expenses. There are certain times when you should not use a credit card. I do not use a credit card when there's a transaction fee for the credit card. So for instance, there's a store where I love shopping and they charge a 3% credit card transaction fee for each transaction. So you spend $100, they're going to charge you $3. You're already paying sales tax of 8% or 10% or more, depending on where you live. You don't want to also pay a 3% transaction fee on top of that. At that store where they charge a 3% per swipe transaction fee, I just pay cash. And the reason for that is I actually thought about it like, oh, well, I'll get 1% cash back or I'll earn points on this transaction, but 1% doesn't beat 3%. So then it's not worth it. On the other hand, if it's a type of store where you earn 5% on that transaction and they're only charging 3%, it might make sense for you to do that.
So how do you enjoy all the upside like perks and safety and then avoid the downside like drowning in credit card debt?
Rule number one, don't buy anything that you can't afford, ever, no matter what. No matter if you're using debit cards or cash or a credit card, taking out a loan. And what I mean by that is if you can't pay it off the day the bill comes, if not earlier, then you should not be buying it. So only buy what you can afford. If that's one pack of chewing gum a month, then let that be it, and that's what builds your credit. It doesn't matter how much it is. If you have $1,500 that you can spend on your credit card and you're buying a $1 pack of gum and you pay that $1 off every month, you're going to have a higher credit score than someone who lets a balance sit on there the whole time. So the second thing you want to remember is never carry a balance, ever. That defeats the entire point of using credit cards. Never only pay the minimum payment. Make sure you're paying off the entire balance each time. Don't just pay 50 cents of the $1 pack of gum. When you do that, you're letting your fees, your late fees, your interest pay for everyone else's perks on the credit card. You should be the one enjoying the perk.
Remember how credit cards work. They can be devastating if you just pay the minimum payment. The average credit card interest rate is over 24%. So say you have a $1,000 credit card balance at that average interest rate and you're only paying the minimum payment, it'll take you 125 months to pay it off. So you're paying more than double what you bought. But what I'm saying is pay zero interest. Do not ever allow a balance to carry over, and that will help credit cards work for you, not against you.